bring the heat that take them out their feet. I bring the heat that take them out their feet. I bring the heat that take them out their feet. Take them out their feet. Take them out. What up? It's your girl Diamond Dage, and I am back at it again with another video reaction for you guys today. If you are new, welcome.
Shine bright like a diamond.
Please subscribe to become part of the Diamond Gang, the Butterfly Gang, okay? And if you've been here, thank you for returning. Let me hit this clip real quick and let's get into the video. Yeah.
Report shows that by 2030, 45% of working women ages 25 to 45 will be non-married, no kids.
What's wrong with that?
Well, what's wrong with that? If you think that you're going to be 45 years old, no kids, not married, and that you're going to genuinely be fulfilled in life because you made money.
So who's going to tell them? Who's going to tell them that a lot more women are embracing the rich auntie lifestyle because they're tired of men and their weaponized incompetence? I know some men think that it should be the honor of your life to marry them and take care of them like a child, cook for them,
and that's what they are.
All of that, take care of them and their offspring. That's the honor of your life. That's the reason you were created. Like, now your life has meaning.
Exactly.
It's all projection. They're the ones who are afraid of growing old and dying alone. But they'll try to tell you that, no, that's what you're afraid of. How could you possibly be happy with all that money? To travel, to see the world with? It's not like, as a single woman, she still couldn't entertain a man if she wants. She doesn't have to marry one. She doesn't have to have a kid with one.
More women waking up.
Entertain one, go on some random dates if that's what she wants. Like, we realize that with the marriage comes a lot of responsibility for her. She is expected to do so much, and a lot of these women these days would rather take on 100% of the financial responsibility, 100% of the domestic skills in a house, rather than do it for you, and get nothing in return for it, because you still want her to pay bills.
Exactly.
So
50-50
in her 30s or 40s, unmarried, child-free, with lots and lots of money to do whatever she wants to do with, nobody to answer to, no responsibility.
That seemed like the life to me.
Except herself.
Women who behave like princesses end up single.
She is actually incorrect. Most women who behave like princesses do not end up single. They end up settling. They market to you that the older man is the ideal because he has more money, when in fact they're settling for men that they are not physically attracted to, are not mentally stimulated by, and are not excited to see whatsoever, simply because he sends them flowers and deposits a check into their bank account. They market this to you as self-love when they are laying next to somebody at night that is old enough to be their father. You should always have a man that makes you feel good, that should give you a leg up and help you throughout life, inspire you and motivate you. What you don't do is end up with a sick man that cannot make decisions on his own. What you
Most of
don't
them
do
can't.
is attach yourself to a man with low self-esteem that knows the only reason and the only way he's going to get you to sit in front of him is to offer you money because he is not on your level. Do know that most women are cheating themselves when they're too scared to entertain a man that looks as good as they do, make much more money than they do, and are real kings in this society.
But that's very
Most
few,
women
though.
Cannot say they ended up with that man because they know those men have self-love, and self-love means that you don't kiss anybody's ass.
Exactly.
It is not okay for a woman to run and chase up behind a man. It is not okay for a woman to give her all and to get nothing in return. It is not okay for my girls to be stuck in situationships with men who refuse to give them more. But it is also not okay for you to trade your beauty for a roof over your head and to claim that that is self-love. It is not okay for you to sell this to young impressionable girls when in reality you have settled because you are too scared to be alone. When in reality, you have settled because you are afraid to be single. If you claim to be a master manifester and you can manifest the life that you want, you manifested your penthouse, you manifested that Porsche, you manifested marriage, you manifested that relationship and that boyfriend, why could you not manifest the man that you really wanted? If you really believe that
silence after that was loud.
Everything that you desire in this world, why do you settle for less? Would I rather be alone than to settle in a place where materialism is my only happiness? I'd rather be alone than to have a come up on my self-esteem based off the fact that the man standing in front of me is 50 years old and his self-esteem is lower than mine.
All right, I'm gonna stop her right there because
I am a queen.
I'm gonna stop her right there because her video is pretty long for that stitch. But I love the fact that women are waking up. I love it. I mean, for the first of all, at this point, if you are a woman listening to these males projecting their fears onto you, coming on these podcasts, actually hearing what they, at this point, as women, we shouldn't even listen to these dudes. I mean, look at the systems that they build and look how the world is being run. Everything is going to the ground because of them and the way that they think. They are literally destroying everything and everybody because of the way that they think and how they set the world up. So a man can't tell me nothing. I don't want to hear what nothing the man says. All they do is project. I've done a video about this, how men, the whole, if you don't submit to one of us, you're gonna be single and lonely. Y'all die single and lonely. There are research studies that show women who are single with no kids are the happiest. There are research studies that show that men who are not married and single, they are lonely and they die alone compared to men who have wives. And there are research studies that show that when women are with men and marry them and live with them, they shorten their life expectancy, but it prolongs the male's expectancy to live. So everything a man are telling women, are telling us, is because they are trying to use us to prolong their life, right? So a single woman and who is content and happy with being single is a threat to his life, because if he can't get that woman to brainwash her to believe that she needs him to survive, even though he needs her, that's a less opportunity that he has to survive, right? And I done told y'all, I've worked in retail, right? Every time a man comes in at the customer service desk or looking for something, it's always his wife, and he says the word wife as if the wife is his secretary or his slave, right? Oh, I don't know how to do a return. My wife has that. Oh, I don't have the code to the points. My wife has it. You know, my wife does all that. You know, my wife knows all of that. You know, my slave knows all that. My slave does all that for me. I don't know, and I don't care to find out because my slave of a wife does it all for me, right? This is how these men on average sound every single day. These wives are their secretary slaves. They do all the work for them, all the thinking for them. Majority of men, they don't think for themselves. The woman has to tell them everything. The woman got everything on lock. The woman knows how to do all this stuff. But yet, these men will sit here and say, like the dude said, y'all women are going to be, the whole purpose of women is for y'all to have a man and to birth kids. When every day when I worked in the store, I'm telling you, what they are saying is very contradictory to what women's experience are. Because he says, they sit up here and say, if you ain't got no man and no kids, you ain't gonna be fulfilled as a woman. But I used to talk to women who would come to the store and they would tell me, you know, I lied to my husband about needing something from the store. I just wanted to come in here just to get a break from the kids. They're lying to their husband saying, you know what, we need something. I need to go to the store just so they can spend an hour in Target, an hour in these stores just to have time to themselves. I had another woman tell me, you know, I love my kids and all, but I wish school would come back in because, man, I really don't like my kids being at home because I don't get time to myself. She love her kids, but she don't like when her kids are at home for the summer because she has to do for them. She has to be a parent. A lot of these women don't even want to be parents. They don't even want to be moms. They don't even want to take care of these kids. They want the time to themselves. And where are the men to allow these women to get time to themselves? Nowhere. You want to know where they at? They are literally doing what they want to do. See, men get the privilege in society to so-called be a husband and a family man and a dad, while somehow still being able to go to the country club and play golf with the boys, still be able to do his own singular individual activities, and nobody bats an eye at him for being a bad parent or a bad dad. But moms do not get the same privilege, and it's set up that way. He can go and still have his individualism and live his life and still try to participate in the family thing, while you, as the woman, you can't have an individual life. Your only life goal, or your only life, is to be a mom and sacrifice for everybody else, your husband and your kids. You don't get time. And women are tired of that. Women are just simply tired of that, period. They are tired. Women are tired of that. But these men think they know what women want. We know that y'all want to take care of us and have our offspring and be slaves to us. That's what y'all want. They're projecting what they want onto you for their life, to sustain their life. But women don't want that. Women realizing, shoot, I'm much happier when I just raise up to my higher self and do self-love for myself. I don't have to be under a man and all that. These men are not men to be under. Most of them are weak. They don't know how to do anything or think for themselves. They ain't leading you nowhere. You gotta lead them at this point. So I just encourage women to constantly raise their vibration, their consciousness, and stay waking up to these men. Live for you, because men need you, and they are hoping to brainwash you to think you need them for their existence. But you will live just fine. You will be just fine. They are the ones that will not be, if they can't get you to believe that you need them. So let me know what you think in the comments below. I will be back with another video reaction for you guys. Bye.